Good afternoon, Shirley. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm good, thank you. What about you?
Yeah, I'm pretty well. Thank God too. All right. It's nice to be with you again. Let's continue, right? Let's go with our class. So for today, I have a very interesting breaker. Maybe if you have not taken your dinner, it's going to provoke you a little bit of hunger. Look at this picture here. There's a lot of food, but not any type of food. There's a lot of fast food in here, right? You have a hamburger, you have uh, fried potatoes, you have some sort of chicken, I think you have bacon there in the back of the picture, some onion rings too. I mean, there's a lot of food, fast food. So tell me, which of all this fast foods here is your favorite? Or even if maybe your favorite fast food is not here in the picture. So tell me about your favorite fast food. Sometimes the food we have defines very much the person, right? Because some people don't like to eat this fast food because they consider that it's too, I don't know, harmful for their health. But some people enjoy, as me, for example. What about you? Do you enjoy, and which of this is your favorite fast food?
Okay, the Zoom disconnected, so okay, pero I answered that your question for what's my favorite
Yeah.
fast food, yes?
Yeah,
This is the
exactly.
question?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. That's a problem with my internet. Okay,
Yeah, don't
my
worry.
favorite fast foods, I think that is for the swing with fried, yeah. The hamburger, I like, but that's it's not my favorite. That's, I think that because for the brains,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Okay.
But I prefer for the wings, no? Wings?
The wings, yes. The chicken wings.
Wings, yeah. Chicken wings,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Interesting. For example, there's also a great debate between people, well, among people, because there's a lot of people, right, who discusses about this. Um, what is
Debate,
your favorite? What is your favorite sauce?
debate,
Oh,
that's,
sorry. Continue. Mhm.
I don't sure what is the base. Probably that is bread with cheese.
Okay.
Yes,
What is in the back? What is in the back of the picture? Or what do you mean?
yeah. What is Ben's?
Um, could you? Okay. You mean like French, like French uh French potatoes or something like that? Did you mean you mean that French fries?
No. I think that's another for the in the picture. The next food, that
Hmm.
is brains.
Okay. I'm not sure. I mean, I guess, but I'm not sure. Because what I see, for example, is on the left side, there are some chicken wings. There,
Yeah.
at the back, you have some bread, some hamburger bread. Then you have your fried potatoes. Then the hamburger. I think there at the back you have some sort of bacon or
Bacon.
unboiled
Yeah.
meat. Yeah, bacon. And there you have on the right side you have, I think it's like nuggets. They are nuggets, right? Because I
Yeah.
think they're like, they seem like nuggets. Maybe fish nuggets or chicken nuggets. I'm not sure. But the question that I was about to ask you was, look at, for example, what is in the low part of the picture, the beneath the hamburger and the french fries. um there you have ketchup, and you have a little bit of how do you say this? It's when the discuss is not mustache. What is this other one? Mayonesa, how do you say that? I forgot it. um
Ketchup.
no, I mean, ketchup is the one that is red, right? Super famous. Let me check it out. I always forget that one. I don't know why. No, even I always watch a YouTube creator who is called like mayonesa, but in English. Oh, it's mayonnaise simply. Okay, so well, mayonnaise. You have ketchup, but you have mayonnaise. Which of those sauces is your favorite one? Do you prefer to eat all of your fast food with ketchup, with mayonnaise, or with a combination maybe of both sauces? What is your favorite one?
I prefer the ketchup and
Uh-huh.
mustache.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Wonderful.
probably.
And mhm, mhm.
I
Continue. 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 Yes, I was listening to you.
okay. Again, I return for the so. Okay, let me 1 minute. I connected for my phone,
Okay.
please.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
fine. Yeah, don't worry.
Okay.
Don't worry. I'll wait for you. All right. You came back. Can you listen to me? I'll wait for you. Don't worry. Don't forget you have your microphone off, by the way.
Sorry.
It was that, right? Yeah, it
Okay,
happens. Don't
yeah.
worry. Mhm.
I answered every question.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So that
So
is
continue.
very fun.
Okay. So continue. You were telling me something? Repeat it.
Okay. Was okay. Uh, what's this your question? Flavor favorite or favorite flavor? What's this?
I mean, the question was, which sauce was your favorite? Salsa. Which sauce was your favorite? Ketchup, mayonnaise, mustard, or a combination?
Can you pronounce again salsa in English? I don't
Sauce,
sauce. Okay, sauce. Como que
sauce.
sauce.
I'm going to, don't worry, I am writing down all the words that you cannot pronounce, and we're going to add it to our document, okay? To our daily document. So sauce, there's going to be one, all right? I'm
Okay,
gonna teach you how to pronounce it later. Don't worry.
okay, okay.
So,
Uh,
which one?
okay, my favorite sauce that is ketchup and mustache.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's where mustache. Probably I say
It's
that
it's mustache. Yeah, it's
mustache.
fine. I mean, some people say a mustache too. I've heard, but I think the correct pronunciation is mustache. But it's fine. Don't worry. So, what about mayonnaise? What is it that you don't like to mayonnaise? Why you prefer
Uh,
ketchup above mayonnaise?
I prefer mayonnaise when you I eat for vegetable when
Mhm.
broccoli or another vegetable that I use mayonnaise, but
Okay.
see I eat for fast food like chicken wings I use for ketchup or mustard.
All right. Wonderful.
Yeah,
I think that I agree with you. I prefer also ketchup and mustard. Mayonnaise is just for some special occasions, right? Just not
yeah,
for every single time. Yeah, I think you're right there.
yeah.
What about, for example, uh, well, we both live in Santa Cruz, right? So what about the like the cruceña chicken, the el pollo que comemos en Santa Cruz? Which of all the the roster and also the traditional a la brasa pollo, which of those restaurants or which of those locals is your favorite one? No, it's Solar, Sakura. There are a lot of options, right? Which of those is your favorite?
Yeah, we had a log option.
Mhm.
I prefer the Campeón chicken.
Okay.
It's a good option for me. And for the brasa, that is Kiki. This is I have
Kiki.
a local for that near for my house, so that's
All right.
simple. Bye.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I get it. Like it's near your house, so you can go very easily, right? You just
Yeah.
get out of the home and you find it super nearby to you. Yeah, wonderful. Those are good options. I like Kiki. I don't like Campeon very much, but Kiki certainly is it has a very good flavor, so it's very difficult for you not to like it, right?
Yeah,
And the
but see,
sauces they have, so
yeah,
mm,
see, I use for the roaster chicken. That's this option for Campeón. Or I have in near for me house local for the I don't know say como que una tienda que no tiene marca, pero como que
yeah.
ya somos clientes
All right, yeah, got it.
del barrio, es decir, como que del vecindario.
Wonderful. Yeah, I know those. Those are like I would say they are unlabeled shops like that, right? Because unlabeled it's when you don't have a marca, right?
Okay.
Unlabeled shop.
Unlabeled.
But yeah, I mean, you're right. Like sometimes the best I've heard I have some friends who always tell me that the best chicken they have always tasted are those ones who nobody knows about. That is to say, like the ones that you can eat in your neighborhood that are not very famous. According to them, those are the better ones. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't have many of them in my neighborhood, but nonetheless, I guess it's possible. Okay. So yeah, very well. All right. And do you know how to cook any of those? Finally,
Sorry?
do you know how to cook any of this food here?
Ah, yes, I know. Oh, I try.
Yeah. All right. Which
Probably
one?
the broaster.
Mm-hmm.
That's very easy for me. And you
Mm-hmm.
use almidon, almi. I don't know what to
Yeah.
say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
I,
broaster, so sorry, brasa. No, I didn't cook that. That's different. Use like horno o como que hor. How do you say horno?
the horn. Yes, the horn.
Okay, horn.
Or the
So
Hobart. I mean, the Hobart could be.
okay, this is more
Mm-hmm.
complicated.
I get it. All right. Wonderful. But well, if you can at least try to I mean if you know how to cook, of course you're going to be able to, because these are fast foods, right? They are supposed to be easy, right? It's not
Yeah,
like that complicated, like to make a, I don't know, fettuccine, right? This type of very difficult dishes. But wonderful.
yeah.
Okay, so let's get started. I think with our class, it was a very good icebreaker. So I was reviewing your test performance today, earlier today. It was very good, by the way. Congratulations. I think that you had very good scores, very good grades. Tell me about your experience there. Was it good? You believe you didn't understand something clearly? How was your experience in the
That
tests?
that's very excited because I finished the test at 11 p.m. So
Okay.
that is good. But I know that I don't go for the listening or pronunciation. I have a bad qualification in that point, but
Hmm.
probably I need improve that and pronounce when you activity say what's the saying this sentence is stress or unstress, so that is confused for me, or I cannot listen the that's in pronunciation o entonación, esa entonación de la oración.
Right.
Es difícil identificarlo, me es difícil identificarlo.
I understand. Don't worry, it's fine. I mean, it happens, when we are learning especially when they are people who have like an accent. People who are accents, they're always going to complicate your labor to understand them, because it's not that you just have to understand the correctly grammar or the grammatically correct way to speak or to understand English, but you also have to get used to the accent, right? If you are listening to British people, or for example, in the United States, you find a lot of accents, like people who live in the South, for example, speak very differently. So people who live in the North and also in the East Coast and the West Coast. So you have to get used to it. You're gonna find like people speak English super, super variedly. Like I would say that it's very difficult to find a generic English, but I mean, it's something that you of course improve with practice and listening a lot of English. Okay, so with regard to that, don't stop watching series, movies with subtitles in English. I think that helped me a lot to improve my not only my listening, but also what you are talking about. That is to say, the intonation, right? To distinguish between some words that are similar. That is the best way in a generic setting, like that is to say for something general. That is the best way to improve that, because if you are when later you arrive to the point that you're gonna decide to take the TOEFL exam, you're going to quit watching series and movies, and you're going to begin to listen and consume material from universities, classes, academic stuff. But for now, try to always enjoy watching your series and your movies, but with subtitles in English, okay? Not with subtitles in Spanish, because it doesn't help, but with subtitles in English, that is going to help, okay? And better if you're using some headphones. If you're watching the series or the movie in your cell phone, it's way better. And if you use your headphones and you watch the video or you watch the series in your cell phone, you're going to understand even better, right? Because sometimes it's difficult to understand when we are looking or we're watching the material, the content in a TV. It's difficult sometimes, right? Because we don't have like the professional set of audio speakers as in a cinema, for example, right? So try to do it with headphones. Listen, watch to series, movies with headphones and with yourself. All right, that is a very good way to improve.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so but very good. By the way, I mean, I look at your rates. It was good. So don't worry, you have definitely passed. Let's say the module. So given that you have passed the module, we're going to continue today with a new module, and now we're going to get into different stuff. Okay, so congratulations, it was very good. Continue with that, especially with how punctual you are with the presentation of your homeworks. That is very good. People sometimes they don't want to do their homework, but you do, and that helps you a lot. And that is certainly a trait, characteristic of people who really want to improve. And the people who really want to improve, those are the ones who improve. I mean, if people don't pay attention to and just do it, I don't know, for fulfilling her mother's decision, let's say, to enroll them into English classes, they are never going to learn or to improve anything. But in your case, because I noticed that you do want to learn how to speak English, given that because you do your homework, and that is, I would say, the characteristic of people who really want to learn. And finally, the ones who improve and get a very good English are those ones. That is to say, the ones who really want to. Okay, so congratulations, and continue. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, so for today, what do we have? We're going to continue with the new unit. Okay, I'm just going to show you very briefly the new content. Okay, so now if you go to your platform, you're gonna find that now we have not only module A but module B. Okay, this is the new module we're gonna get into. This is already visible to you. I have activated it so that you can watch it. You can watch all the content. You can go to the resources, the activities, the different assignments you have. Everything is already available for you. Okay, you're gonna have time. Listen to this. By the way, I have here the, let's say, the schedule for your classes. Look at this.
Okay.
So for example, today we're beginning, as you can see, Wednesday, July 27th, with the second module, and this second module is going to last until Friday 5th. Okay, that is to say August 5th. Okay, as you can see, we have already gone throughout all these classes here from July 15th. That is the day when we began, right? Our classes. We have finished all the module, and now we're moving to another module, and we're going to finish this one in, as I said, in August 5th. All right. So all your assignments, all your quizzes, everything is already available for you to see it. Okay, ya está disponible. Tarea, all your homework, it's already available for you. You can, and you have time to complete it until August 5th. Okay, so you have a very long time. You can dispose of your time as you prefer, as you consider to be more accurate and efficient. Okay, so please look at it. Okay, you're gonna have this time, and of course, I would this is going to depend on what we're doing, but whether on Thursday or Friday in August 4 or 5th, we're going to have our tests for the new module, right? But we have a long way before arriving to that point, so don't worry, okay? But on August 4th or on August 5th, we're going to have your tests for the new module. But as I say, we have to learn first of all, of course, all the material, okay? But have this on mind. Wonderful. So now let's go. Okay, so for today, what we're going to do, we're going to, again, we're going to, first of all, set our eyes on the grammar, because I think the grammar is the most difficult part and it's also the most important part, okay? So let's get into the grammar, okay? So we're going to talk about non-action verbs and action verbs, okay? That is the topic for today's class. So let me get into the presentation. By the way, do you have any question? Any doubt you may have?
No.
Okay.
No,
wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So look at what I have here in my script. We have action and non-action verbs. All right. What is this? Pay attention. It says some verbs express actions, right? We can use them. Let me move this. So we can use them in the simple form or in the continuous form. Okay? That is to say, the verb must ing. For example, Talia works for what? For Newsline, right? Newsline is a company. If you remind, Talia was our girl from the videos that we were watching, the sketches, in which Talia was working very hard, right? And she knew this soccer player. That same Talia works for Newsline, which is this company of, apparently it's a newspaper or something like that, right? So we have another sentence. At the moment, she's working on the Crawford story. Okay, Crawford was the last name of the soccer player, you remind? Crawford was this soccer player who apparently got some sort of payments for not showing up on the important games for this team that he was part of. Okay, so let me write it down in our document. So we have some. Okay, here. So let me open. Okay, so what was he saying? So it was saying, we have some action verbs, okay? Action verbs are simply those words that describe action, okay? I'm just going to, I'm sorry. One second, this is two. Okay, wonderful. Like this. Okay, so action verbs. Action verbs are those words that describe action.
What is the difference with the adverbs? Okay, adverb describe action.
Exactly. So let me tell you. Okay, here. This here. Okay. So remind that when we are talking about adverbs, okay? Adverbs. Oh, sorry. Okay, when we're talking about adverbs, we're talking about words that describe, okay, an action that is already done, okay? Nonetheless, when we're talking about verbs, we're referring to words, or excuse me, to actions that are being done, or yeah, mostly to okay, I'm gonna change this word here so that you understand it more clearly. That refer to actions. Maybe this is going to make you understand that refer to actions. For example, an action verb would be I am working in my thesis. In this case, an action verb will be working. Why? Because it's referring to an action. In this case, what is that action? The work of his thesis, right? I think this is something very familiar to you. You told me that you are in your graduate degree, so you're going to have to make your thesis, right? So when you say I am working in my thesis, you're saying that you're with this word here, working, which is an action verb, we are referring to an action, right? And what is that action? The work for the thesis, right? That is what this is a verb, because you are referring to an action. Nonetheless, adverbs describe actions. What is the difference? For example, if I say, I worked in my thesis very hard. In this case, this one, very hard, this one is the adverb, okay? Why? Because it's describing the action. It's not referring to it, okay? It's describing it. You already work in this and you are describing it. How was it? It was hard. That is to say, I work in this very hard. You're describing how the action was. I work in my thesis very hard, right? That is the difference.
Okay.
That this referred to an action, okay? And they simply describe it, right? Different. Is it clear, or any other question?
Yeah, that's clear. That's fine.
Wonderful. Let's go. So, action verbs, these are our topic for today. By the way, let's get into, before we continue, into some words for you to look at. For example, when you say, remind this one, right? Sauces. Salsa, sauces. How do you say it? Or sauce? You say it. This is mean salsa, and it's equal to sauce. Like this, sauce. 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 With S, just not with sh, but with S. Sauce. Right? This is one. And the other would be wing. Oh, I'm sorry. You know, that has happened, right? Other time. I don't know for what reason, but it closes. Weird. Doesn't matter. We can make it again. Okay. But I think it's already saved, so don't worry. We'll just get into it. Yeah, it's here. Okay. Wonderful. So we were saying sauce. And we have other one that I wanted to signal to you. It's wing, right? Wing. Ala. How do you pronounce this? It's wing. Like this. Wing. Wing. Okay. So these are the words until now. Sauce and also wing. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Wonderful. So now let's come back to the presentation. In this case, okay, what about this? Some verbs, nonetheless, do not express actions. These verbs are called non-action or stative verbs. We usually do not use them in the continuous form, even when we are talking about something that is happening right now. For example, Talia wants an explanation right now. We do not say Talia is wanting an explanation right now. Okay? So, the difference in this case with non-action verbs, it's that simply they don't express any action. Alternatively, I would say that they express desire. Okay, for example, if I say this, I desire an ice cream. What about this? I desire an ice cream. When we are talking about, and the verb in this case would be desire, right? But tell me, is this verb an action? What is an action to begin with? Let's define action. What is an action? An action is something that you use okay, no, in this case, an action is something that you are doing, right? You are doing. But in this case, when I say I desire an ice cream, am I doing something? Well, not really. I am simply desiring, right? And desiring, I'm not moving my body. I'm not, for example, if I desire an ice cream, it doesn't mean that I am, that is an action. Why? Because I am not making it true, okay? And I am not making it a reality. If I would be doing an ice cream, then I would go for some milk, some sugar, and I would prepare to me an ice cream, right? That would be an action because I am making it true, a reality. But if I just desire an ice cream, is that really an action? Well, it's not, okay? At least if you don't get very philosophical, of course, right? But I wouldn't say it's an action in the common sense of the word because you're simply desiring, you are imagining an ice cream, right? The same, for example, with this. If you say, I imagine my, I don't know, I imagine my homework done. Imagino mi tarea hecha. Are you doing something in this case? Well, you're not, because you are not doing your homework. You're simply imagining, right? Something that could be. So that is the difference I want you to perceive. An action you are doing, you're making something real. Attention. You're making something real. That is an action. Nonetheless, with non-action verbs, okay, there's a slash there. Okay, so I imagine my homework done. You're not doing something because by imagining your homework, you are not making it real, right? You're simply imagining. And by desiring an ice cream, deseando un helado, it doesn't make it true either, right? You're simply desiring it. Is it clear, the difference between no actions and action verbs?
Yeah, that's fine.
Wonderful. That's it. So that's the difference. Okay, so let's come back. So now, non-action verbs can express many things. They can express feelings. Some examples are feel, like, love, and hate. For example, Nick loves soccer. Is he doing something? Not right, because he's not, I don't know, making soccer a reality. He loves soccer, simply. They can express thoughts, for example. Some as think, understand, mean, now, believe, and remember. Okay? For example, but remind this is a very important thing. When we are using this type of verbs, the non-action verbs, we do not use them in the continuous form. Okay? For example, look at this. If I say, I love, I don't know, my girlfriend. I love my girlfriend. Could I say, for example, I loving my girlfriend? I loving my girlfriend? Well, not right. This is not correct, grammatically speaking. I loving my girlfriend. So when you want to use these verbs, okay, without the verb to be, which is different, right? Because I could say this, I am loving my girlfriend, and that will be correct. But why? Because you are using the verb to be. But when you want to use them alone, you cannot say I loving my girlfriend. You have to use it in the simple way, not the continuous way. Do you find the difference, for example, in the present simple, and continuous present? Do you mind the difference?
Yeah. Present does is like action in the moment, and present continuo, do you need in its word or finish verb the ing, and
Exactly.
you,
Yeah. Yes, and it's something that you're doing right now, right? When you're talking about continuous present. For example, a present simple would be, I don't know, I watch TV. But this doesn't mean that you are doing that right now. That doesn't mean if you say I watch TV, yo veo televisión, that doesn't mean that you're watching TV right now, right? But if you use a continuous present, which by the way, you always use it with the verb to be, right? I am watching TV. You mean that you are watching TV right now, right? Estoy mirando televisión. That means right now, okay? You continue doing that, okay? That is the difference. Very simple. Any question about this? Anything you may want me to clarify?
No, but in this in the continuous present, that is similar for the when you use for action verb. Or in really when you use action verb in continuous present. That's right. Huh?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for example, if you say, I don't know, like working, it's great, right? Here you're using a continuous form, right? Working is great. Trabajar es genial, right? You don't say work, it's great, but working, trabajar in the sense of the verb, it's great. But yeah, when you say it's true, all right? Wonderful. Okay, so let me tell, okay, so now let's practice this. For example, let's come back here. Non-action verbs can also express needs and preferences. Okay, for example, I want you to right now give me sentences, okay? You're gonna be the one giving me sentences. I want you to write down sentences with action verbs, okay? Just action verbs. Remind that action, it's something you're making, is when you are making something real, okay? An action. So these are going to be temperatureless sentences like this. Wonderful. So let's begin. Okay, so by the way, do you have your computer nearby you?
No, but in my computer I don't have internet.
Okay, it's fine. So let's continue with this. So tell me this. Tell me a sentence, okay? But try to make them like complex sentence, not just like I watch TV. That's it. Try to give me a little bit more of compliment. I watch TV because my father bought me a new one some weeks before. Give me more content. Okay, I want sentences like that, not super simple ones. All right,
Okay.
show me.
I'm learning.
Okay. In this case, with okay,
action.
Yeah, with action verbs, exactly. In this case, action verbs. Let's go.
Okay. I'm learning English because I need to take the TOEFL.
Okay. I am learning English because I need to take the TOEFL. Wonderful. Okay. Second.
I'm going to university.
I'm going to the, remind this, right? Before university, to the university.
With the university.
Yeah, with the university.
Complement because.
Okay, yeah, because it's fine. Because
I have a meeting.
I have a meeting. One. Okay. Meeting. Here we're liking tea. Okay. I like them. Let's continue. Another one.
I'm running tonight. I don't know. That's fine. That's fine. I'm running tonight.
I am running tonight. Okay.
Today. I need more exercise because
Okay.
I need more exercise.
Okay, but what you say was good because in this case, for example, you know how to use semicolons? I need exercise. Do you know how to use this sign here, semicolons? This? Do you
Okay.
know how to use them? Do you know how to use this?
No, I don't use that.
Okay, tell me. But this is, by the way, if you're gonna take the TOEFL, because that is our final objective, right? You have
Okay.
to use this type of expressions because these are part of advanced and complex writing. And that is what you want if you want to get 110, right? Which is the score that you're trying to get. You need to use this type of signs, okay? And devices for your writing. For example, let's talk about it. In this case, this is called semicolons, okay? Semicolons. And the normal ones like this, these are columns, okay?
Yeah.
These are columns, but the one that I wrote is a semicolon, okay? So semicolons. Okay, so let's get into it. When do you use semicolons? Very simple. You use semicolons. It's super easy to understand. You use semicolons, columns, whenever you want to express two separate, I'm gonna say, two separate sentences, but sentences which have a connection. For example, look at the one that I wrote here. You proposed me actually. I am running today. I need exercise. These are two separate sentences, right? This is one sentence, and this is another, right?
Yeah.
Right. Wonderful. So you use this when they have a connection, and it would be kind of, useless and not really. It wouldn't look good to separate them by a period. Sorry. For example, let me give you another. I'm sorry. Let me give you another illustration. So in this case, for example, if you say, I am taking this math courses. I am taking this math course. Use semicolon. My professor is very good. I am taking this math course. My professor is very good. Tell me, these are what? Two separate sentences, right?
Two sentences, yeah.
Okay. But tell me, for example, if I would like to say this two sentences without a semicolon, how could I do it? For example, I couldn't use a comma. Why? Because commas do not separate sentences, right? They separate sentences that cannot exist without the entire sentence. That is to say, they separate parts of the sentence, but they don't separate two different sentences or two separate sentences. So in order to do this without a semicolon, okay, without it, you will have to use a period and say something like this. I'm taking these math courses, period. My professor is very good. But given that you know, dado que tú sabes, that these sentences are very connected, están conectadas entre sí, I am taking this math course and my professor is very good, you can use semicolon rather than the period. Semicolon and my professor is very good, right? And this way you're like having a longer sentence, but nevertheless they are two different and separate sentences. But the semicolon helps you to have more union, más unión in your sentence. Okay, is it clear?
Okay, that's clear.
All right. So give me an example with this. Okay, I'm gonna write out here which have a very profound connection. Okay, for example, in this case, this have a very profound connection. I am taking this math course. My professor is very good. Give me another one like this.
I'm cooking pasta.
Okay.
That is my favorite food.
Very good. So in this case, this is a separate sentence, right? I'm cooking pasta. And this is another sentence. This is my favorite food. If you would like to have this and to write this like this, in other way, you will have to do it, as I said, with period, like this, and to use a capital letter. But nonetheless, this is somehow replacing, está reemplazando the point, okay? I'm gonna write down this. They replace a period. So I'm cooking pasta, semicolon, this is my favorite too, all right? Give me another one.
I'm playing
Yeah, tell me, I listen.
volleyball.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Google Sport. Google Sport.
Okay. I am playing volleyball, is it right?
Yeah.
I think it's like this, right? Volleyball. Yes. I am playing volleyball. What else?
This is Google Sport.
Right, but give me something different. Something different. Another sentence.
In this sport, do you need use?
Without this.
Okay.
Without this. Another sentence.
Different for
Yes,
sport?
exactly. Different form.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Without this. Without this. Without that word. Without this. I don't want this.
Okay. Another connection.
Yes.
What more? My friend like this sport, like.
All right. Very good. My friends like this sport. Very good. These are two separate sentences, right? Sport.
Yeah.
And as you can see, they are connected. They have a profound connection. And given that they have that profound connection, you are, rather than separating them by a period, right? You are using semicolon and somehow uniting them. Los lunes. My friends like this sport. Very good. So don't forget to always include the semicolons in your writing, for example, in Spanish. In Spanish, by the way, it works exactly in the same way, okay? In the exact same way. If you want to use it in Spanish too, it's a very super, it's a super easy resource, but not many people use it, okay? It's just that maybe we didn't pay attention to it in school, but nevertheless, it's a super, super simple device, okay? It's super, you can include it super easily, all right? So try to include this in your writing, your speaking, it works, okay? Right, let's continue. Okay, wonderful. For example, in my school, I never pay attention to this. I was like, I mean, I just wanted to understand how periods work and how commas work, but I never pay attention to this type of signs like this, or this. I mean, just when I learned English, funny, I learned how to use them, like semicolon, colon, and this is slash there. Yeah, but don't worry, it's fine. So, okay, so let's continue. All right, so we were having action verbs. Give me more. Now, give me non-action verbs. I want to make sure you understood that. Give me non-action verbs. Non-action verbs, right? Tell me.
I like the cat.
All right, wonderful. That's good, actually. Because given that you like to cook, right? By the way, it's cook, right? Remind that. Write down this here. It's cook. Cook. Like this. Cook. Right? Wonderful. So I like to cook. This is a very good option or a very good example. Why? Because it doesn't imply, no implica, that if you like to cook, you are cooking, right? The action would be to cook because you would be making it true, right? A reality that you're cooking. But if you say just I like to cook, you're just expressing somehow some sort of affinity or some sort of familiarization you have with that. Okay, right? Afinidad, familiarización con cocinar, right? But very good. but complement it. Give me more. I like to cook.
When I have time.
When I have what?
I have time.
Okay, I have time. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Very good. I like to cook when I have time. What more? What else?
I imagine to play soccer when I go to park.
Okay, by the way, here,
I'm going to
when you say the park, you say as well to the park.
to the park.
I'll remind that we saw this yesterday, right? We saw de means el, la, los, las, right? So el parque would be the park, or I go to a park, like with a, un parque, but I go to park without any of these expressions wouldn't be correct. Okay, so always include to the park, el parque, or a park, un parque, right? Remind, I sent you the document, read it again, and you're going to remind that. Okay, wonderful, let's continue. What else do you have?
Okay, probably.
Mhm.
I don't know that sure, but I tried it. I can say for I drive.
What? Could you repeat it?
I try conducir.
Okay,
Or
but in that case, you would be making an
not
action,
try action, eh?
right? Exactly, because you will be making it true or real that you are driving, right? I am driving my car throughout the city.
Yeah.
That would be a reality. You're driving, right? So in that case, that wouldn't be a non-action verb. Try to look for non-action verbs, things that do not make true.
I don't sure what word specific what you need in this center. I know there's another word is that like imagine and decide. But what more? What word more you can use?
Okay. Okay. You could use, for example,
That's
this one,
complicated.
like this one. I mean, for example, yeah, it is complicated, definitely. Oh, by the
Yeah.
way, that word, I have heard you said that sometimes. It's complicated, like this.
Complicated.
Complicated. Complete, like this. Complicated, like this. Complicated. But the
Complicated.
intonation is not actually here. It's complete, like here, cated. Complicated. That is the word. Complicated.
Complicated.
Okay. Yeah, complicated. With R, complicated. Wonderful. Try to practice this one because you use it, but try to say it correctly. But yeah, I mean, it's difficult to find these ones because most of the verbs, as you say, there's a very good point actually. Most of the verbs are about actions. In this case, for example, when you say I think, not because you think something you are making it true, right? Imagine that you think, for example, that you are, I don't know, imagine that you think that you are a dog, right? I think I'm a dog. Pienso que soy un perro. But given that, I mean, it doesn't matter that you think that you're a dog, you're not making it true. So I would say that thinking, the pensar, would not be an action verb. It would be, as I say, a non-action verb because by thinking, you're not making things true nor real, right? You're just reasoning about it. You're just judging and differentiating stuff like that. So when I say, I think, therefore I am. Have you ever heard this phrase? I think, therefore I am. Have you ever heard this?
No, therefore that's like por lo tanto o además.
Yeah, exactly. Por lo tanto, therefore is por lo tanto. Very good. Therefore, es por lo tanto. Por lo tanto. So this is a very famous phrase. Maybe in Spanish you have heard it sometime. Primero pienso, luego existo. Maybe you have heard this. Have you heard it? This phrase, primero pienso, luego existo. Have you heard that?
Yeah, I listen, but that's different in English.
Yes, this is a phrase by the French 17th philosopher. Oh, sorry. Philosopher Rene Descartes. So it's super famous. I think, therefore I am. So when you are saying I think, therefore I am, you're just thinking. Wonderful. So give me one final one, a fourth one with a non-action verb.
I desire to go. I desire to go.
That is very good one. Decide,
Tarija?
right?
Yeah.
Okay, to Tarija. Very good. I decided to go to Tarija. Right? Well, because if you decide, doesn't mean that you are go, right? You're going to go. It just means that you have decided that. Okay, so I decide to go to Tarija. Very good. All right, wonderful. So I'm gonna send this document to you. Any question? Any final thing? Any commentary?
No, that's fine.
All right, wonderful. So try to give it a glance to semicolons again. Try to pay attention to these words because the noun actions and actions verbs, I think that you have understood them very well. All right, so I'm gonna change the name of this document here. Let me do it right now. Here, in this case, it is July 27th. Okay, now I get into it. And I download it. Okay, so you have a lot of time to finalize with your homework. Begin when you want. Maybe you want to give yourself a little rest. You have finished your last module very recently. So if you want to continue having a rest, do it. It's fine. Have a break. Okay, so here you have July 27th. And please feel free to examine this document whenever you want in order to remind what we have learned this class. Okay, so I'm gonna take your assistance now. And today it's Wednesday, so you know what? When it's Wednesday, it means that we're gonna take 2 polls. Very burdensome, but it is the case nevertheless. Burdensome, very good word, right? Burdensome means like cargoso, burdensome.
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 Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna write it down for you later. Burdensome, it's a very good word. Okay, so I'm gonna take your assistance here. Surely. Okay. Yeah. Your last name is Equilia. Am I pronouncing it right? Wonderful.
Equilia, yeah.
Equilia, very good. Sounds beautiful. It's not very common. It's very good. All right. So thank you very much for that. Now, please, let's go with the other one. The
Okay.
one. All right. I'm sorry
Okay.
for this.
Yes,
I don't know why the company wants 2 polls. Honestly, I would think that, well, if you want to have like a poll, wouldn't be better to just deliver 1 per day? I mean, weird. But on Wednesdays, they always ask me to take 2 polls, but it's fine. They may have their reasons. Okay, wonderful.
Okay.
So Okay, thank you very much, Shirley. So please don't hesitate to send me a WhatsApp message whenever you have any question. I'm going to help you very gladly. Okay, so have a very good night and see you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. See you tomorrow.
All right, bye bye. See you tomorrow.